morning,
Good
sir.
morning, Abhishek.
Good morning, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Abhishek, can you tell us something about yourself?
yes, sir. So my name is Abhishek Chaudhary. I hail from historic city of Agra. I have done my schooling and graduation from the city of Anand. I have done my civil engineering from BVM Engineering College, Gujarat. I was placed in Shapurji and Palunji as a planning engineer, wherein I worked for 2 years. Thereafter, I have also worked with Tata Projects Limited for 2 years. I like to play badminton and watch travelogues, and I also love to explore the intricate world of fighter jets.
Okay. So after you left Tata Projects, you have been preparing for civil services.
Yes, sir. In the mid of 2020, I left Tata Projects for preparing civil services.
Civil services. Okay. To start with, Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
now you are a civil engineer by profession, and you have
Yes,
taken anthropology as your subject in civil services.
yes, sir.
Uh, Coming to foreign policy of India,
Yes,
these
sir.
days our foreign policy is a lot in news, whether
Yes,
it is relations with India, Canada, India, US, India, USSR.
yes, sir.
Can you tell us briefly what has been the change in foreign policy in the last decade as compared to earlier years?
Yes, sir. So earlier years, the foreign policy was more focusing around the not showcasing our own culture. So nowadays, what we have seen is that India has put itself at the center of the public policy, the idea of India, the traditions, the culture. So in a way, we are propagating the statecraft is now being reflected upon, and the idea of India is more into the foreign policy. So this is one kind of change. Also, we have adopted strategic autonomy. So our decisions are based on our interest, and specifically, we have seen in the war of Russia Ukraine, and also in the case of recently Israel Gaza, wherein we have taken the stance which suits our requirements. So this is something more assertive role we are portraying to the world. So these are certain changes.
What about our relations with Canada? Are they
Sir,
normal?
Sir, right now the relations are not normal uh, because of certain issues pertaining to the Khalistan issue. There has been allegation by the Prime Minister of Canada in the Parliament of the Canada, so that has led to several measures and countermeasures, expulsion of diplomats. So these are certain issues with respect to that. There is certain tussle between India and Canada.
You see, as you said, the Canada has been blaming India that
Yes, sir.
you are responsible for death of an individual in their country.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you look back, the US has been, uh, responsible for killing many people, including Bin Laden, in other countries.
Yes,
What
sir.
do I have to say about that?
Yes, sir. Every nation has its right to protect its sovereignty. So, in this manner, the only thing is that one has to follow the rule of uh, the rule-based order. The killings which have been done by USA are, on the one hand, they propagate this policy of rule of law and world order. On the other hand, they are doing such kind of things. And if other countries does anything like that, they sort of start lecturing. So I would say it is a kind of hypocrisy on the part of USA.
Uh, Recently, there has been a lot of emphasis on introduction of electric vehicles.
Yes, sir.
In India, we have put a
Mm.
target also that we are going to replace a number of vehicles.
Yes, sir.
What, in your view, was the advantage of induction of electric vehicles, and is it going to solve the problem which we are envisaging because of the present, the fossil fuel-based vehicles?
Yes, sir. Indian government has put a lot of emphasis on promoting the electrical vehicles that we have seen in the schemes like FAME 1, FAME 2. Also, the FAME is the faster adoption of the electrical vehicles, manufacturing of electrical vehicles. So this is there. So the thing is that we have taken so many schemes, and a lot of efforts are there uh, to meet our targets of getting to the net zero emission by 2070. Also, there are certain targets of production of our Panchamrit targets of producing renewable energy of 50% by 2030. However, what I believe is that we should focus on the idea of promoting electrical vehicles should not be sold the idea of changing the fleet from diesel petrol to electrical vehicle. Rather, it should be used as a means of uh, sort of um, what should I say, a measure so that people uh, take this change in their life cycles. For example, uh, uh, it is not that the electrical vehicle are at the end of the day they are going to be charged by the electricity which is produced by coal only. So substantially there is no change in that. However, it will lead to the increase in the usage, and familiarity will increase. So more and more effort should be there, and the transition to the renewable energy should be more focused.
You must have read newspaper today, I suppose. Uh, there is some incidents taking place in Red Sea area,
Yes, sir.
and yesterday and today that area was in news. What do you know about? What can you tell us about what is happening there?
So the Red Sea corridor, it is an important trade path through which 12% of the world trade passes. So there has been certain instances wherein the Houthi rebellions are targeting the cargo ships therein. And yesterday also, one of the ships was going towards the Persian Gulf was targeted by Somali pirates. So Indian Navy has launched the INS Chennai has launched sanitization and the counter piracy this expedition they have, and they have vacated they have freed the cargo ship. So this is one thing, and also the large point is that the Houthi rebellion, which have they have launched a war against the Israel, so they are targeting the cargo ships there.
You come from state of Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Now, Uttar Pradesh has been in news in the last 3 or 4 years because of the measures adopted by the government there,
Yes, sir.
which is popularly known as Bulldozer Justice, and all kind of encounters. Do you think the measures taken by UP government are in order, or there is something wrong with it?
Sir, the coming to the question of bulldozer justice, I believe that the due process of law should be followed, and procedural safeguards should be ensured. And after giving the notices and the following the due process, these things should be done. And I believe that if certain instances are there, then that should be the responsible person should be held liable, and these things should not be done. The main aim of the UP government to do these kind of countermeasures is to act as a deterrent for future crimes. So I believe that due process of the law should be followed, and the court should be the one who should do the justice.
What about the encounters?
So the same thing, sir. Due process of law should be followed, but we have seen in various instances that several policemen have also been martyred in the process. So we can't just put a blanket claim that these all are the fake encounters or these allegations. So case by case basis, one should look at it, and if there are any lapses, the person accountable should be put to the inquiry. Yes, sir.
Mr. Vijay Kumar.
Uh, Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
uh, what makes you interested in joining civil services as a career?
Sir, civil services, I believe, is a wonderful career opportunity. If you see the career trajectory of a civil servant, he has to work. Initially, he works in district. Thereafter, he initial role of SDM, and then he becomes DM. So, wherein he can be in charge of a district, wherein he can handle so many departments. He can increase his learnings. He can use those learning for the betterment of the society. Also, as he goes to become secretaries and at the higher positions, so in a way he can bring changes which ordinary people, if I was in private job, I wouldn't have been able to envisage. So the diversity of the job, that is something which brings me to the civil services.
Okay. Of late, there are a lot of changes which have taken place in city of Agra.
Yes, sir.
Can you elaborate what are those changes which have taken place?
Yes, sir. If you look at the infrastructure wise, we have the Agra Metro, which is being constructed, and it is going to be the first phase is going to be inaugurated in Feb 2024. This is one thing. Secondly, uh, Agra is also is the core of the. It is only city in India where we will be having four expressways. So infrastructure wise, if we see, we have four expressway. We have the Yamuna Expressway, we have Taj Expressway, we have Gwalior Expressway, and one more is there, Green Expressway, which is the Aligarh Agra Expressway. So this is one thing, and also the one district, one product program of Uttar Pradesh government. We have the leather products which are being promoted. Along with that, marble inlay works and the petha is something which is being promoted. So holistically, if we see economically, Agra is heading towards a good path.
Can you tell me where from this term Pankshi Petha has come?
Sir, I'm not sure about it. I have to read about this, sir.
Okay, okay. Now, uh, in anthropology, you must have read about evolution of Homo sapiens as a species.
Yes, sir.
And on the other one, there is Darwin's theory of evolution.
Yes, sir.
How do you connect between these two?
Sir, if we see the Darwin theory of evolution, he says that the environment has certain environment is the reason for the change in the body of an organism, and which leads to the competition between two species, and the best which is able to cope with the environment survives. So this is the basic tenet of the Darwin's theory. So I believe these are the basic principle on which the human evolution has also occurred. So if we see, there were, if we go back 40, 50,000 years back, there were two species, Neanderthals and Homo sapiens. So both species were acquiring a similar geography, and there are theories that there were certain a sort of a fight for the authority, and which led to the extinction of the Neanderthals and Homo sapiens survive. So we can see that tenet of competition and the survival of fittest is sort of correlating with the Homo sapiens and Neanderthal tussle.
Okay. And in anthropology, how do you explain the origin of genetics as a discipline?
Yes, sir. So initially, the biological anthropology was more focusing on the physical aspect of the humans. However, as science advanced, anthropology is the study of the human evolution. Now, if we need to study evolution, we can't just go by the physical aspects of our human body. So, as science developed, genetics also developed. Mendel's law were given. So, the anthropologists dwelled into the genetics so that we can find out the reason for change. And change comes from mutation. And to study mutation, we have to study genetics. So, this is how genetics came into this picture of anthropology.
Okay, very good. Uh, uh, what were the challenges initially faced by the different, instrumentalities of government in managing COVID?
So, there were many challenges. If we look at the population of India, we are 130 crore plus population. So managing this number of people is itself a challenge. Also, there are 28 states, 8 union territories. To transfer the message, the SOPs, the way in which the infected has to be isolated, and the to bring the district administration on the same line with the thinking of the central government. So the administration was also one issue. Also arranging the manpowers and motivating them to work in such condition wherein one has to think about his life, or he has to think about the life of the people he is serving. So this is something, these are if we see at the emotional level, there were so many challenges. Infrastructure was one of the challenges, the administration was one of the challenges, the pressure on the health services, doctors, nurses, and the health infrastructure, the availability of oxygen, and managing those things, resources. So these were certain challenges which were faced by the central government. However, we have, as we see, that we have done better off than many of the developed countries, despite these challenges.
Okay. You have mentioned about the oxygen issue in management of COVID.
Yes.
In your opinion, was there a chance that this crisis could have been avoided? I am asking you only with reference to oxygen.
Sir, yes, of course, these can be avoided, but for that, one has to have a futuristic view. One has to keep in mind the eventualities, what will come 1 month, 2 month beforehand. One has to be uh, knowledgeable enough to understand the intricacies, and for that, one has to have a team of people from the various domains like doctors, engineers. So if these things would have been there in the place, so these things could have been avoided, and better synergy between states and center is something which should have been there at that moment.
Okay. One issue relating to civil engineering. You
Yes, sir.
know, there is in many cities now there is piped LPG supply.
Yes, sir.
Do you think a day might come when the health institutions get piped oxygen supply?
Yes, sir. Of course, it is very much possible. We can have the local plants at a one, like the way we get electricity at our home. We have substations from there. The feeder lines are there. So in a way, these things can be done. However, the only catch is that there should be a certain number of hospitals and medical institutes at a particular juncture. Then only we can have a substation like thing for oxygen. If there are hospitals far off places and if there are two or three only, then it is not economically feasible. So we have to check with the economical and the way, the infrastructure thing we have to ensure.
Very interesting. You have brought out the issue of something called critical mass, right?
Yes, sir.
That is what you meant.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What does the term critical mass mean as far as nuclear energy is concerned?
Sir, I am not aware about this. I have to study this, sir.
Okay, okay. Mr. Pratik, you can carry on now.
Yes, sir. Abhishek, in the recent time, you must have seen that at the time of election, the model code of conducts are not properly followed. So when it comes to having the model code of conduct followed for the political party in power and the political party in opposition, there
Yes,
is a
sir.
lot of difference in that. So do you think there is some sort of lag in the working of election commission the recent time we have seen?
Yes, sir. I believe the reform should be done in the election commission. For example, we can have the codification of model code of conduct, and
That is
uh,
already have that we already have the codification about the model code of conduct. I am saying that it is not being followed properly when it comes to the political party in power and the political party in opposition.
yes, sir. Um, Sir, a better deterrence mechanism should be there in place, and there should be synergy between election commission and the district administration. So, and we can take use of technology through which we can have a better vigil at the kind of things which are happening in the district, so that we can ensure that MCC is followed.
Okay, okay. Fine. I can understand you've been trying to escape the question by not providing the real situation. That's fine. Okay. Tell me one thing, that the Reserve Bank of India is providing the NPS definition, that this is how you need to provide the NPS when the banks are not being able to recover the money. Okay. So in the recent time, we have seen that the NPS has been reduced drastically in comparison to whatever, they were there around 4-5 years back. So do you really think that the NPS have actually reduced, or is it like just, the banks are not showing it properly again?
Sir, I believe that NPS have actually been reduced, and there are measures which have taken
On
by the.
what basis you can say NPS have been reduced?
So there are reports from the RBI and the ministries which indicate that the NPS have reduced.
Okay. So imagine if I'm saying that you need to tell me the reports that I need to see to find out that whether the NPS are reducing or not. So which reports you will ask me to refer?
Um, Sir,
I'm pretty sure that you are aware about the mechanism that we have a law called IBC 16 by which
yes,
we are being recovering the amount. So if you see the pattern of recovery under the IBC law, that is very less. But the way it has been reduced, the NPAs, like I'll give you choice. Is it because that we have recovered the money, or is it because that we have write off the amount?
the both kind of mechanisms are followed, I believe, and the pertaining to the report, I have seen this in the economic survey also, wherein the by the showing the bar graph and the diagrams, they have showcased how the NPA is reducing.
Okay. But I'm telling you, this is majorly because the write-off have been done on the part of banks. The recovery is quite less still. Okay, so the point is whatever defaults we were having earlier, that are not being recovered and they are being write-off, and the new NPAs are not there. So that's why we are being able to reduce the NPAs in the recent time. Okay. Now, tell me, you're coming from UP.
Yes.
You must be aware about the economic situation of UP. Do you have any idea that why UP government is having revenue surplus in their economy? While if you see at overall level in India, and even if you see at different state level, they have revenue deficit. But UP specific have revenue surplus. Why?
Yes, sir. UP has a revenue surplus of 2.8% of its GSDP. The major reasons are the kind of reforms which have been taken by the UP government in recent past, pertaining to the increasing in the industrial output, the policies like one district, one product. So export has substantially increased. Also, the share of the devolution from the center has been more towards UP. So these are certain reasons because of that.
But you see these social issues in case of UPs are quite high.
Yes, sir.
So don't you think so? Government has a lot of scope to spend the money instead of keeping the money as a surplus.
Yes, sir, there is immense scope to spend the money. However, the fiscal deficit is already there. It is 3.5%. So government is already borrowing a lot of money from market, and the debt to GSDP ratio is 32%. However, the Finance Commission, the 15th Finance Commission has said that it shouldn't be more than 20%. So UP has 12% more debt. So I believe for that reasons we have keeping the surplus.
Okay. Okay, tell me one thing. What is the basic difference between the general government debt and public debt in case of our country?
Sir, general government debt is the debt which is owned by the central government and the state government.
Mm-hmm.
The public debt involves the debt which is taken by the subsidiaries of government, that is the PSUs and all those things.
Okay. So are you sure whatever you're saying is correct?
Sir, I need to brush up upon this, sir. I'm having some confusion between the private is also.
You know you are supposed to give the answer, but when you don't know, you're not supposed to bluff and give the wrong answer, because public debt is basically something which is the debt of only central government, not the subsidiary. Whatever you were saying, that is basically the off-budget borrowings on the part of the PSUs in case of our country. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Tell me one thing, that in the recent time, we have seen that stock market is increasing a lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as you know that in case of our country, very small amount of population is investing in the stock market.
Yes,
So
sir.
what do you think that whatever amount of money is being currently invested in the market is being coming from outside India, or is it like that people within India are investing in the market and because of the market is going up?
Sir, after the this we have seen that Nifty has also crossed 21,000. So the what I have recently studied is that the Indian investor are more investing in the stock market because the condition in the if you see America, the interest rates are still very high there. So there is still there is no cut over there. So that has been compensated by the Indian investor. So in
So,
recent past,
so when the investor in interest rates are high in the USA,
yes, sir.
will it lead to more investment in India or less investment in India? Because there is a concept called flight of capital.
Yes, sir.
As soon as the Fed will increase the rate of interest, the people start investing in USA.
Yes,
Don't you think whatever you're saying is basically opposite?
sir. When interest rates are yes, yes, sir. I contradicted my own point. Uh, Sir, I have to read about it. I have to brush
Okay.
up on
One
it.
last question from my side.
Yes.
What do you think? What is the color of money?
So the color of money is, sir. I have to think. Just give me, sir, if you permit, 5 seconds.
Take 5 seconds.
Sir, I'm not getting any answer.
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sir,
Abhishek, you can step out for some time. We'll call you back again.
Okay.
Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
your performance was good, but certain things we will like to point it out so that you can improve in subsequent. One, you were looking little tense. There's no need to be tense in an interview.
Okay.
You be your normal self. Smile once in a while. You should not put up as if continuously you are under some kind of pressure. That impression you should not give, number one. Because that also, if you feel under pressure, your articulation goes bad.
Yes.
You know the answer, but when you try to reply, then sometimes you do lose the link or you miss on something. So better be at a relaxed frame of mind. And the second thing is, very important. Nobody is supposed to know everything. If you don't know something, rather than bluffing or guessing, it's better to say, sorry, sir, I don't know, or I have not read about this, I'm not aware of this. That's a better answer than trying to, kind of give a roundabout answer or guess or give a totally wrong answer. So that should be avoided. That's my advice. Otherwise, you are a good candidate. You should be able to do well. Mr. Vijay Kumar?
Abhishek, I have one piece of advice for you, that whenever you are asked specific questions,
Okay.
for example, what is your opinion about ABC, or what is your assessment about XYZ?
Yes, sir.
So in such specific questions, you have to come out with a specific answer.
Okay, sir.
You cannot be sailing on two boats at the same time. There is no question of taking a middle path there. You have to be very specific whenever you are asked a question of this nature. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, rest of the things, of course, chairman has already told you. Pratik, you can.
Abhishek, overall, your interview was good. Matlab, till the time you were giving answers for both the esteemed panel member, that was quite good. But whatever questions I asked you, as sir said, you need to take a stand, because see, in the mains examination, that is a good strategy, that you need to, go a strategy where you need to write both positive and negative.
Yes, sir.
But in interview as a personality, if you take a stand, it will reflect that you think and you have your own opinion. Okay. I asked you a question about the model code of conduct, and this is not being followed properly when it comes to the political party who is in power. Okay. So you should say clearly, yes, sir, it is being followed. Okay. And there has to be there is some sort of biasness we have seen in the recent times. So in a way, it is there has to be things which are supposed to be taken care of. Okay, because the institution, which is basically a constitutional body, if they are not doing their work properly, then obviously people will lose faith in some sort of working of the such esteemed institutions. Okay. And secondly, सर ने बताई आपको कि गलत, मैंने पहले ही बोला, गलत आंसर नहीं देना, अगर नहीं आता है तो मना कर दीजिए politely. And in case if you want to guess, then ask before guessing. क्योंकि देखिए, आंसर ना देना इट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, बट गलत देना इज अ प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, बस इतना ही कहूंगा. बाकी अच्छा रहा आपके साथ, अच्छा इंटरव्यू.
Abhishek, just one thing I will supplement Mr. Vijay Kumar.
Yes, sir.
You must have a view,
Yes,
and when you give a view, definite view, you must be ready to support your view with logic.
Exactly.
And that's very important. You should not give a view when you yourself are not very sure. That you must avoid. You should have a logic that this is why you have this particular opinion, or this is why you think in this manner. Otherwise, wish you all the best, and you should do well. Thank you.
Thank you also.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.